And what is going on at the White House, as far as you can tell, Mario?
Hey, David. As far as I can tell, it's more of the same from President Trump. As you mentioned, he released a statement immediately after the networks called the race, a rather defiant statement saying that, that Joe Biden was rushing to assume the presidency and that the media was complicit in this. So he also promised to continue his legal action. So it's essentially been more of the same for the president, what he's been signaling for the better part of this week.
Yeah, Mario, at the same time, I've said in past instances, and I'll go back to 2000, which I was involved in at ABC News, I remember the Republicans really rallied around then Governor George W. Bush. The Democrats really rallied around the former Vice President Al Gore immediately afterwards. Are we getting the same kind of rallying of Republicans, senior Republican leadership, particularly from the Hill, around President Trump right now?
No, we aren't actually, and in fact, that's been a source of concern for some of the president's allies, particularly his children, who have been quite vocal on Twitter about 2024 potential hopefuls coming to the president's aid. In fact, you're also seeing some Republicans either stay quiet. You've seen some Republicans, admonish the president in ways we haven't saying a whole lot during this administration. And then, of course, you do have a sliver of Republicans who heard the call to arms, if you will, from the president's children, who are now trying to defend the president as well.
So, Mario, let me put you on the spot here a little bit. I don't know if you have an answer. I don't know if there is an answer. But I'm looking back at that statement from President Trump, which you described as defiant. He said, beginning Monday, our campaign will start prosecuting our case in court to ensure election laws are fully upheld. Do we know what case he's really talking about? Is it really winnowed down to one particular case that the Trump campaign thinks is their best shot at overturning this result?
Well, what we know is that the president's team has essentially been canvassing all of the battleground states that he would need to get to 270. So they've been holding these press conferences, if you will. There's one in Philadelphia today. So far, the legal actions in some of these states, whether it's Philadelphia or Nevada, haven't gone in the president's favor. But it doesn't seem like the president is going to stop trying in that regard.
So, sorry, we have some sense, I think, of where Kamala Harris is. Where is Vice President Pence?
Vice President Pence, as far as we know, is in D.C. as well. He hasn't really been public as much as the president has been. He's kept a lower profile. The last time I think that the two of them were together, publicly at least, was on Tuesday night. But we haven't seen much of the current vice president.